What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Plastic Power Podcast. This is a little bit of a different episode because kind of did a little bit of my Daredevil-ish intro there. But this is a little bit of a different episode. It's going to be episode 9.5. We are going to be bringing up the episode about the Marvel Legends with their issues. And so there were a couple things that were incorrect on there.
Just a few things. There was like a couple minor things, but like one of the big the thing about the feedback that we received from that video was that basically if we were like that there was a couple things that now granted some of the responses and criticisms that I saw from that episode were very minor nippy. We're not going to bring up like a couple stuff, but there are some concerns.
Like the main things. Yeah,
just like the main things. And yeah, just like as Daredevil already pointed out, this episode isn't going to be like a mainline episode. This is going to be episode, considered episode 9.5, just simply to address the couple of the things that were incorrect in the previous video, and also try to play a little bit of cleanup because there is some truth to a lot of the criticism received from there, and a few things were incorrect. So starting it off first, when it came down to the boxes. Now, the boxes on the actual when we were in the video with Blake and we were talking about the boxes and such, right? I think, to be honest, like it was. I'm not exactly gonna sugarcoat it. Like it very well could have been wrong. But the thing about it is that when the boxes changed, it's ultimately truthful. It's ultimately factual in that later the prices for the overall prices for the Marvel Legends also went up shortly after. So if someone isn't necessarily as knowledgeable on this topic, you can easily see someone drawing to that conclusion, in that the boxes are bringing up the price. Now, that is one issue, issue on there that I will say is is incorrect. But the thing about it is that even if the boxes were not necessarily the price bringing up the price of the Marvel Legends, there were still so many other problems with the boxes that genuinely needed to be addressed, like the fact that figure swapping is at an all-time high, and not being able to actually see the figure through plastic. They're genuinely troublesome parts.
Yeah, there was legit issues that we brought up, which I think most people understood. It was just mainly the thing with the boxes with the windows being more expensive than the ones that are just cardboard with no inside or anything.
It's like a small thing. If anything, it just shows that we might not be as knowledgeable as some people on that, but that's just the conclusion that we drew. Ultimately, when Blake came in and talked about the problems with the boxes, I feel like he did a very good job at explaining all of the other things. Like this small thing with the pricing was a very minor thing on the scale of all the other issues that those boxes had for the line.
So now, moving on to the next thing here, and the next thing is the Ghost Rider figure. That we definitely got wrong. Blake said it was a reused of an older figure from 2015, and it actually isn't. It was a new body, and
I really cannot. Joints. I can't blame him at all for thinking that. I look back at it and I thought it was the same mold for a second as the soldiers of AIM, and also the sculpt of it did also look very similar to the older Ghost Rider. Other than the vest, even then it's just I wouldn't even be surprised if there's I wouldn't be surprised if they took the sculpt from it in some way, but also modified the 3D models and such, and removed the pins and integrated the new technology and such into it. Ultimately, the molds are very similar, so even if they're not exactly one to run exactly the same, it's still very easy to find that someone would come to that conclusion and such on that given topic. Granted, though, I'm not going to say that it is something that we were wrong on, but ultimately it's not really anything that really mattered all too much, because the fact that this Ghost Rider figure didn't even get released in the first place. The whole thing was still a problematic thing with Hasbro as to how they really, like, there's a reason why no one bought it. Like, come on, like $400 for this whole thing. Like, you get like with the figure and like a car.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's like
they could have thrown in like a light up feature too or something. You know, they could have added a little more to it.
Yeah, whether or not it's like it's the same exact sculpt or not, it's like it's very first of all, even if it was it wasn't the same sculpt. And if it was, and like this figure still would have gone for like the same original retail price anyway. It would still be like around the same to make. It would like at a price of a Marvel Legend. Let's just say like that thing is like, you know, $30. You expect me to like or 25. I'm not like however much.
Nah, round it off
right
to
now.
30. Let's just say 30.
Okay,
but the rest of everything else is what?
$400. Like, it's still. I feel like this is
$370 for the rest of the stuff. You know?
Now, granted, it's like, even though I see that we are incorrect about it being like the mold. The problem is that I feel like some of these people from the last episode really just, you know, missed the point about it. Like, I'm not saying that we are that this person's incorrect about us being incorrect, but, you know, it's like
there was a bigger picture to certain things. Yeah.
Exactly. Like,
Which,
I don't think that
I'm pretty sure he got that, but usually when there's errors with stuff, everybody does this. Or if there's something that was incorrect, it's like your mind just wants to correct it, you know, and people do it all the time, and I understand, but yeah, that there was the bigger picture to every topic we were talking about with the Marvel Legends, which is what we're getting into as we address the things that we did get incorrect in the episode. And it was just that episode. Every other episode, we've been killing it. I think.
Yeah,
but,
I would still say so. Like, I still think that Blake did a very good job, like, you know, explaining, you know, problems. Even if there was like very minor things that he was incorrect for, I'd happily have him on another episode, of this podcast.
Oh yeah,
like,
he'll be on more episodes.
Yeah, the information he brought here was very, very good.
Yeah. It's just couple things just were off, but I mean, yeah, he really did explain things incredibly well. Mm-hmm. He there was issues and he wanted to address them. He doesn't hate the line. From that episode, you see how passionate he is about the line. When you point out errors of stuff, that's why we're doing this as well, because we appreciate constructive criticism. That's appreciated, even with other videos on other people's channels. People appreciate it. So, with those minor things, damn, what was I saying before? I'm gonna have to edit it.
So like when
unless you just wanna.
So you were saying that, like, you know, there's small different things, like, you know, out of, like, you know, very minor things that, you know, may have been wrong, but the overall point was
like the overall point that Blake and us were trying to get across is there's a bigger picture to the issues, and it's gonna fall on collectors. It's like we're gonna get the short end of the stick of everything, so we wanted to address it. Which everyone who watched it probably wanted the same issues addressed as well. But yeah, if we ever have issues like this, we will address it, and we'll talk about it. If we were wrong about something, we will discuss it. And we're sorry about that. But things happen. People are human. Mistakes happen. But
yeah, there's another issue that was specifically talked about in there, and they're saying that Amazon doesn't take a cut when a company sells stuff on there. Okay, first of all, let me tell you why. Let me ask you a question. If Amazon doesn't make a cut when you sell figures on there, then how the hell are they going to make a profit?
Well, what I think he took out of context what you said, they get their cut. You're pretty much saying, because
I'm not saying it's a big cut. It's like it's a very like small
wrong.
thing. The thing about it is that when a company like Hasbro sells a bunch of the copies of their Marvel Legends through Amazon, that small cut adds up to like a bigger to like, you know, a bigger, like, you know, price. Now granted, the retail price for how much they're being sold on with Amazon isn't going to be, you know, the same as like is actually almost exactly the same as how it would be in stores. Like it's no different than when you buy a figure in stores or when you buy a figure, like, you know, on Amazon. The company that is selling it gets a cut of the profits when you go and buy it. When you buy a Walgreens exclusive Marvel Legends, they're going to get, like, you know, some like a small cut off of that. It's not, again, I'm not saying like they're taking like a 20% or 10%. I don't even, to be honest, like I don't even know, like, I'll be honest, I don't even know like the percent of it. But I know that if a company would, it's common sense to know that it would be a small cut. That's where I was really going with it. Not saying that it was like a huge cut or anything like that. And that's why, you know, with Hasbro Pulse, ultimately, if they sell stuff on there, they don't have to worry about that because they own the website and the selling platform.
Yeah, I just think that might have got taken out of context when you said that in the video. I now that you explained it more, but yeah, you were just pretty much shortening down what you just said there for the podcast, so you didn't have to do all of that. That's what Starblast was pretty much talking about when he says they take their cut. But yeah, it's we are gonna have my buddy Alex from Agelessgeeks do an episode, and we're gonna have him pretty much like explain to us pretty much the retailer world, toy world. You know, there's a lot more to it, and it's really interesting. So we're gonna have a episode dedicated just to that. He already said he is down for it. So yes, so I think that's pretty much. I don't know if you have. I think that's really all the main big issues. Yeah, because the other ones. Yeah, that's pretty much the main ones there. It's
it's like I will go a little bit more onto this point.
Yeah,
is that the retailers are the one who buy the figure, and then they take the risk in whether or not, like, when they get the figure from Hasbro, seeing as to whether or not it sells. So this actually means that, so this actually creates another problem with Hasbro Pulse, is that by the very logic of it being sold on, like, directly through them on their website, they're actually selling to us, the customers, more than how it would be sold to the stores and markets who buy them, because they have to sell it. They buy the figures from Hasbro, and then they sell it for a little bit more.
Yeah, so, but with Hasbro Pulse, they get that entire profit.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So that's that. If anything, like this, talking about this showcases the other issues with Hasbro Pulse and why the prices of it should not be. Now, granted, okay, like there is one. Now, I'll say like benefit of the doubt here. Maybe they have to bring up the profit a little bit because of the fact that they're the ones also handling the shipping, not Amazon, not any other online retailer such that you would be buying it from. The thing is that even
still,
then,
that isn't that much more money, like shipping and all that and boxes.
Yeah, especially if you are a business, like you are able to. If you are a giant business like Hasbro, selling stuff is considerabably less for you than it would be for an average individual.
Yeah, you get better deals with FedEx or whoever they're doing courier business with, FedEx, UPS, post office. But another thing when these retailers do buy these figures, when they first get them and they're brand new, they can't mark them below a certain price until I think a certain date. So they have to keep it at like a say they want to put it on clearance or put it on sale for like Amazon, then they could mark it lower if they want. But that's another like interesting thing about figure retailers. They can't market any lower than what Hasbro will use. Hasbro tells them So say it's $22.99, they can't go below that until I think like a certain date or something like that. We'll get more into that when Alex comes on from Ageless Geeks. He will know.
I look
a lot
forward
more
to that
than both of
episode.
us. Yeah, that'll be a really interesting episode because there's still stuff I don't know. There's still stuff I know. Like me and Starblast don't know everything. There's even things sometimes we learn something here and there on the episode. So, I mean, people make mistakes. It happens. But yeah, we'll address it. And we do appreciate constructive criticism. And we also appreciate everybody who is supporting both our channels, our podcast on Spotify, the podcast on here. We appreciate every second you watch, and we can't be any more thankful. And we do appreciate your continued support. And yeah, if you guys ever have comments like this, if you think we got something wrong, go ahead, call us out. Because we'll make a video and we'll address the situation. If we're wrong,
if it's big enough. If it's a difference between a figure being $20 or $24.99, who cares?
Yeah, that's
who cares?
It's just a few dollars. Like if it's like 10, 20 bucks. I think like the Iron Spider I think Blake said it was 20, but someone said it was 30 and someone said it was 40, so who knows what it was.
It's a mess.
I mean, we could look it up. Yeah, we could try to look it up quickly. You want to?
I'll look it up right now. This is actually fair criticism. Okay, it wasn't 20. It was 30. Okay.
Yeah. So the Iron Spider, Blake said it was $19.99 or 20. So we were wrong with that. It was, what was it? Starblast $32.99.
$33.99. As of this video recording, Amazon has it on sale for 6% off, and now it's down to $32. Big difference.
Yeah. But, yeah, if we're off like that, and with Marvel Legends, that's a pretty big dollar amount difference, 10 or more, I think. That's like going to an SH Figure Arts and saying it was $5 off. You wouldn't care. It's like, what, $5? Not you wouldn't care, but it's like, what? Now you say like $10, but when you start hitting the 20 for a Figure Arts, then you're going to notice, like, whoa, that wasn't 60. It was 40.
Although I can, and again, playing devil's advocate is that I can see people's concerns that if we are wrong about these things, these companies would just pass us off and not even listen to us because they'll see like, oh, well, these guys don't even know how much we're selling stuff. They don't even buy our figures or whatever.
Yeah, so another thing we want to address. Yeah, so another thing we want to address is we do research. That Marvel Legends one, Starblast never told me what we were talking about, so I never really got to know. But I know about Marvel Legends. And then Starblast really didn't have a chance to do much research. And the episode was kind of like, it's already time for the episode. So, I mean, that happens, so we do apologize. So, I don't know. We can cut that out if you don't want this in.
This is fine. This is fine to have it. Yeah, like I'll definitely in the future, like when it comes to topics like this, if we're not if we don't do our research, all right, and we're not completely aware of like everything that one individual might say, maybe we can have another individual who is also aware who can correct them. But other than that, like I will make an attempt in the future to make a baseline, level of more of a baseline level of research before getting into a topic such as this one. To be honest, it's like it was more so out of the hype, like, okay, we're gonna do like this video, and not really like thinking, okay, hold on, this is a thing where it's like it can actually be looked at as a powerful video if if it's correctly fueling the hatred that the fans have for the line, or the concerns.
And sorry, before you continue, they'll also notice, because this will upload after episode 11. That episode, you and me did our research, so you will notice. I mean, we usually do our research, but you'll notice a difference in that video. We will continue to make sure we are prepped for each video. We usually are. It's just that episode kind of like we weren't as prepared. It happens sometimes. Things happen. So once again,
even then, I wouldn't even say like it was it was really the end of the world, because the mistakes were just were so minor, and in no way did these mistakes really invalidate. Okay, other than the boxes, didn't really invalidate a lot of the overall point and the problems that people had with with Hasbro and their Marvel Legends. We'll leave it at that. It was enough to make a video on, but I feel like a lot of the message and the intent for the video definitely shined through in the overall podcast, and I was very happy to have Blake on there. I can't wait to have him on in the future.
Yeah, we have another episode we have planned with him, and I think Super Mario Zilla is going to be our next guest. So I think I'm going to upload that.
That's going to be great.
Yes. Yeah, so that should be a figure episode. And then maybe we'll get Jordan again. Who knows?
Whatever ends up doing, I hope you guys, continue to watch. Hopefully you guys do enjoy. And anything else you would like to say? Okay, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment down in the comment section down below. We'll see you guys later. Till then.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to our episode. If you're on YouTube and watch the video, then thank you for watching as well. We are your hosts, Starblast Studios, and me, Daredevil19. And if you enjoyed our episode on Spotify, be sure to give us a follow and a rating. And we do thank you. And if you did watch this on YouTube, be sure to give a like if you liked it, and a subscribe if you enjoyed it. And we will catch you on the next episode of the Plastic Power Podcast.